What's up, y'all? Just launched the boat. Good day to go solo fishing. I'd like to have been out here early in the morning, and some people will argue whether the best time is to go out fishing, you know, right at daybreak, or some people say the best time is in the evening. But I say the second best time to go fishing is anytime you can get out of work and go fishing. So that's what we're doing. It's hot out here today. Oh, phone's ringing. But today we're gonna get out here. I'm gonna set some jug lines, and I'm gonna go park up under a bridge, see if I can catch some crappie. So, done some work on the motor, done a little bit of work on the trolling motor, just some general stuff on the boat. Got some minnows in there, and then these are the noodle jugs that I made. So I did catch a channel cat on that a little while back with Daniel. Did a podcast about that. So I'm gonna throw out a couple of those, just kind of meander around the lake, make sure everything works, then go post up, see if we can catch some crappie. So here we go. So I've got a big old bank sinker, and then for bait, I'm just using circle hooks, or semi-circle hooks, I guess, with just old minnows that I threw in a bin of salt just to keep from rotting. So let's see if a little kitty cat will bite those. Jug number 2 away. I think I'm gonna put one back here in the shallows, and then one out there on that windy point. Seems like a lot of times where wind wraps around those points. I don't know if bait gets blown in there or what, but catfish kind of like to hang out at those areas. And then I think this shallow one is just a good, whatever's in there can find it a little easier. So in Texas, you can run up to 5 hooks on a single jug line. And yeah, I know this is a little floaty, but technically, yes, it is a jug line. But I found it was always the bottom 3 that got hit. So any more than that didn't really seem to help too much. I'd rather have more lines with 3 hooks than fewer lines with 5 hooks. So I just run 3 hooks about a meter apart. And yes, the line I run on that is way too long, but it's no problem because I do have a weight all the way on the bottom. And in fact, I kind of prefer it that way because then it stretches out horizontal, so you don't have 3 hooks vertically hanging around on top of each other. You're running a diagonal, longer line with hooks spaced in between them. And then as the wind blows it around, you're kind of fishing a whole circle around there. So I actually think it works pretty well, but we'll see if we actually get anything. All right, we got 3 jugs in the water. So far so good on the old Mercury with the pull rope that I changed out. I think it's gonna be a good day, but whether we catch fish or not, it's gonna be a good day, just because it's a beautiful day to be out on the water. Just try to enjoy it. All right, now that one, my line actually may be too short, because see how it's sticking straight up and it's halfway down? I think that's because the bottom weight isn't all the way on the bottom, but there's a lot of wind and a little bit of current going this way, so it'll probably just drift in and then settle in right in somewhere in there. So I'm not too worried about it. Now we're gonna go off to the bridge. There's some minnows on a bobber. See if we can catch some crappie while these guys are floating around doing some work for me. Once we get out past that buoy, I can give it some juice. This boat's not really made to be a big thing going fast. It's comfortable to tootle around on, and it does that well. We're going over there by that bridge. It'll probably be pretty noisy because of the highway traffic, but hey, I'll take noise and shade over sitting out in the sun catching no fish quietly. That's the bottom. So this, maybe that's a whole lot of bait at a certain depth, but that almost just looks way too good. That's probably like a thermocline Or I'm just seeing colder water down there or something. Alright, just keeping it simple. Minnow on a bobber. These are the little rod holders I made in that other video. Alright, so I got a minnow out, bobber there, minnow out on both sides of the boat. I'll throw a jig while those minnows are swimming around. We'll just see what happens. Alright, I think I got something. I don't think it's big. Baby white bass. Too small to keep, but at least I got something. He gulped it pretty good, so I don't know how he's gonna do, but hopefully he lives. Alright, just that itty bitty white bass in this spot. And it's deep here, it's 42 feet. I'm gonna try moving in there. I think it's shallow, well, more shallow than here and rock here. So we'll try it. Not catch anything so it doesn't hurt anything to move. Well, no good there either. So now I'm just cruising, trying to figure out if I can find where the drop off is. Because I was in like 14 feet of water there, and I was in 40 earlier. So, I mean, it may just be a gradual slope, but if there is a drop off, that's probably a really good spot. If there's no drop off, then I can kind of skip this area. But I've heard good reports of fishing from here, so I don't know. There's got to be a drop off or a brush pile or something that makes sense. Now, I'm seeing a lot of that. I know it's exaggerated when I'm moving, but I don't know. There's got to be a spot in here. All right, now I'm trying something totally different. I went a couple miles down the lake. And out in the main body of the lake, it's fairly windy, fairly choppy. But then I found this little cove where it's like dead still. There's a couple tree snags here. It's about 12 feet deep. So very different from 40 feet under a bridge. This is 12 feet wide out in the open in a little flat area. So I'm seeing some little splashing, and I'm pretty sure I'm seeing gar rolling. So they're eating something. Hopefully there's more than gar out here, but I'm doing kind of the same idea. I've got a minnow on both sides of the boat just to see if that gets any attention, and I'm gonna throw a jig in the meantime. Yeah, that's not what you want. Sorry, buddy. Nope, nothing on this one. Feels like nothing on this one. Huh? Yeah, nothing. Oh, nope, damn, another freaking turtle. Another little white bass. Too small again. White bass actually cook up way better than most people think. I have a video on the channel just showing how I like to fry them up. They can taste really good, but they have to obviously be 10 inches to keep them. And I'd like to go for the, 12 or bigger. I really don't like when I catch those little ones because they're so voracious. They gulp it down, and a lot of times I feel like it tears them up pretty bad. So I try to use a bigger hook so that I won't catch the little ones, but sometimes they're just all in and they'll eat anything. Hadn't caught anything on the pink one all day, so I'm gonna switch to chartreuse, Bobby Garland. Kind of the white, chartreuse, and pink are kind of my go-to, so we'll see. I got cleaned off. I saw the bobber go down. I didn't get to it fast enough because I had that other jig and pole in my hand. no bites other than those two little undersized white bass. I could stay out here all night. I feel like this is a decent night spot, but I'm tired from sitting in the sun. I'm out of water. It was a good day, but I still need to get this figured out. Don't quite have it figured out yet. But I'm gonna pack it up and then I'm gonna go check those jug lines on the way in. See. Nothing on that one. Let's go check the other. Well, nothing on the jugs, which is a bummer. But today was not a very good day at catching, but it was good just to get out. Everything on the boat worked fine. Always good to kind of do a bit of a shakedown so that hopefully I can come out here, find some fish, get a little more serious about it. But now I feel a little bit more comfortable with everything about this boat. Everything from the fish finder to these interior lights to both motors, it all worked great. But if anything, it was just a nice relaxing day on the water, but time to put it up.